In today's rapidly shifting global economy, Iraq may be on the verge of something historic. With newly released plans from the Central Bank of Iraq and the World Trade Organization, the long-awaited transformation of the Iraqi dinar could finally be underway. For anyone holding dinar or closely tracking Iraq's financial progress, this moment demands attention. The details surrounding the new 2025 exchange rate roadmap suggest a coordinated effort to reposition Iraq's currency on the world stage. These developments, if executed as outlined, could impact not just investors, but also millions of Iraqi citizens and global markets watching closely. This is Iraqi Dinar News, and today we break down what this roadmap means, why it's significant, and how it could shape Iraq's future economic direction. After years of financial instability caused by war, sanctions, and inflation, Iraq is finally embracing a reform-driven agenda. The dinar, once one of the strongest currencies in the Middle East, lost much of its value through successive economic setbacks. Now, the Central Bank of Iraq has unveiled a comprehensive framework to restore strength and trust in its national currency by 2025. Unlike previous speculation and unverified chatter, this plan comes with official backing and clear intentions. With the World Trade Organization fully engaged, Iraq's reintegration into the global financial community looks more real than ever. The ultimate aim? Revive the dinar's value at home and on the international exchange. According to sources close to the central bank, the roadmap begins by addressing core weaknesses. The first measure focuses on tightening monetary policy to curb inflation, including a gradual move away from heavy cash use. Iraq is planning a shift to regulated digital finance, enhancing transparency and limiting corruption. Banking infrastructure upgrades, increased adoption of electronic payment systems, and international banking alignment form the backbone of this strategy. If these reforms are sustained, the dinar could gain wider recognition beyond Iraq's borders, creating fresh economic opportunities. But this isn't a rapid overnight change. The exchange rate adjustments are part of a phased process. Each stage is aligned with Iraq's broader vision of global economic integration. The involvement of the WTO gives this initiative legitimacy, and their standards are now woven into Iraq's financial reform efforts. These foundational changes signal a serious commitment to financial recovery and long-term prosperity. Another key point involves addressing the problematic disparity between Iraq's official exchange rate and the informal market rate. This gap has long contributed to economic uncertainty and has encouraged black market activity. The 2025 roadmap intends to fix this. Stricter regulations for currency dealers, better distribution systems for foreign currency, and consistent enforcement of the official rate are all outlined in the CBI's strategy. These efforts will help stabilize domestic pricing, empower small businesses, and support economic equality across the population. More importantly, they will improve confidence in the dinar, an essential ingredient for attracting global investors. The WTO's role goes far beyond just support. It offers a pathway to full membership for Iraq, something the country has been working toward for years. The roadmap includes economic reforms that mirror WTO trade and fiscal standards. If Iraq becomes a full WTO member, it would gain broader access to world markets, attract foreign investment, and participate in more balanced trade agreements. This increases global demand for the dinar, potentially giving it a much more prominent role in international finance. A major pillar of the plan is oil, the economic lifeline of Iraq. While oil exports have been a strong revenue source, the roadmap recommends channeling oil profits into development projects, education, and critical reforms rather than relying solely on exports. Additionally, part of this oil revenue will be directly allocated to maintaining currency stability. This approach aims to use Iraq's most valuable resource to directly support the dinar's value. If oil prices hold strong through 2025, this strategy could offer a powerful boost to both economic growth and currency value. The roadmap also takes into account the impact of remittances. money sent home by Iraqis living abroad. One of the key components is making it easier, faster, and more secure for Iraqi expatriates to transfer funds back home. As the value of the dinar strengthens, every dollar or euro sent will go further, giving families greater purchasing power. The central bank is committed to enhancing legal and affordable channels for these transfers, which would also draw more money into Iraq's formal banking system. This not only supports economic growth, but helps Iraqis abroad stay connected to the country's financial progress. A vital, often overlooked component of the plan is public trust. The Central Bank of Iraq understands that no amount of reform will succeed unless Iraqi citizens believe in it. That's why the roadmap includes public outreach efforts. Town halls, Q&A events, and financial literacy campaigns are all being planned to involve communities directly. Transparency is the cornerstone of this initiative. The goal is to make every decision, from foreign reserve management to policy changes, fully visible and understandable to the public. Rebuilding faith in the dinar is about more than numbers. It's about restoring pride in the nation's financial future. Challenges still loom large. Iraq continues to grapple with corruption, unemployment, and regional instability. However, the roadmap doesn't ignore these issues. It proposes digital monitoring systems to track public funds, tougher oversight of government expenditures, and a renewed focus on cracking down on fraud. The central bank, alongside international partners like the WTO, is determined to build a cleaner financial system that can withstand political and economic pressure. It's not a quick fix, but rather a shift from reactive measures to proactive, lasting change. A big part of that shift is education. The roadmap places significant emphasis on training the next generation of Iraq's workforce. Financial education campaigns will teach citizens about budgeting, saving, and responsible investing. More advanced training will focus on banking, IT, and modern financial services. Sectors expected to expand as Iraq becomes more digitally connected. This is not just about strengthening the dinar, it's about helping Iraqis build wealth, make smarter decisions, and become part of a forward-thinking economic environment. So, when will we actually see a difference in the dinar's value? According to the CBI, any substantial changes will occur gradually throughout 2025. The process begins with economic stabilization, followed by strengthening foreign reserves, then implementing exchange rate adjustments in careful stages. If all steps proceed on schedule, the end of 2025 could bring a meaningful rise in the dinar's value, both in Iraq and in global financial markets. For citizens, that could mean better standards of living. For investors, it could result in real returns. And for Iraq, it may mark the beginning of a new chapter as a competitive economic player. The digital transition is also moving forward. With the help of tech companies, Iraq is working to introduce mobile banking, digital wallets, and secure platforms for transactions. These changes aim to reduce the need for physical currency and expand financial access to rural and underserved areas. By digitalizing transactions, the country can decrease corruption, cut operating costs, and increase efficiency. Long-term, the goal is to reduce the volume of dinars in circulation, especially larger bills, to help support a smoother revaluation. Still, some remain skeptical. Critics argue that the roadmap might be too ambitious or that political shifts could derail progress. While those concerns are not without merit, many believe Iraq can no longer afford to delay reform. Neighboring countries are already moving forward with modernization efforts. If Iraq stalls, it risks falling behind. The central bank and the WTO maintain that calculated risk, taken now, could lead to long-term reward. Iraq must stay committed, avoid shortcuts, and trust the process. If you're wondering what role you can play, whether you're a citizen, investor, or simply interested in Iraq's development, the answer is engagement. Stay updated with official statements from the CBI. Watch how reforms are implemented and how the financial system evolves. For those living abroad, consider switching to secure official remittance channels. The more people who participate, understand, and support the roadmap, the more likely it is to succeed. In closing, this 2025 exchange rate roadmap may be the boldest financial overhaul Iraq has attempted in decades. It's not just a technical plan, it's a call for national unity, international integration, and economic transformation. With the leadership of the Central Bank of Iraq and support from the World Trade Organization, there's real potential for the dinar to regain strength and for Iraq to take its rightful place in the global economy. Whether you're tracking this for investment opportunities or for personal impact, the coming months could prove pivotal. Stay with Iraqi Dinar News for continuous updates, developments, and insights as Iraq navigates this ambitious economic journey.